The world as you know it has been like this for a long time. It's a world where the sun and the moon forgot. They forgot how to move. And everything is almost like it's been frozen in time. But life still continues. The sun remains eternally to the west, and the moon and night eternally to the east. And in between, there is a zone of twilight, between dawn and dusk, where life thrives. The three zones are known as the Lesser Lands, the Dimmest Lands, and the Realm of Paradise, or the Roleplay Zone. You all, through whatever means and whatever your reasons, have all decided to take on a job offer. The town of Radiant Garden is seeking adventurers of all stripes to partake in the yearly Sphinx pacification. This will require both physical and mental might to overcome. Any and all are welcome to apply. The Sphinx is a friend, so don't harm them. Those who prove themselves might get bonus rewards. And they welcome groups of all sizes, which is how you all came to the town. You arrive and find it bustling with people and many adventurers of all shapes and stripes. There's several locations available that you can read through the handout there. But before that, perhaps I'll just bring you to the map. Welcome to Radiant Garden.
Hey. Moving tokens.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very robust tokens. You can do a lot with them.
Yeah.
I just did the base tokens and Fela did the rest.
You can sit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, how do I
but-
get that cup? Wait, no, okay, I figured it
So
out.
if you right
Look
click,
what
you
I
can
can
click. You can click.
That is cute.
Thank you. Fela did a good job.
I had help from Kira to make them transparent.
I remember your
And-
tokens from the Flames campaign. They were already really impressive. These are even more impressive.
Now that they move.
Well, it was a group effort, because Becca also helped, and they wouldn't be transparent without Kira helping, though.
Yeah. Animated tokens.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can fucking sit down.
You can sleep. Look at me, I'm a puddle.
What?
I'm guessing that's.
Wait, let me
I'm guessing it's supposed to be a sleep animation, but you can sit.
It's a resting animation. It's a resting
Yeah.
token.
Trifle melted.
Yeah. Trifle can just turn into a puddle.
Alright.
We're all
It's
safe
like
from.
the
We're all safe from
It's like the
Deltarune.
Wicked Witch of the West. I was thinking the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz.
So,
No, not like
What's
that.
What's Tenko's sit animation?
For Tecka?
Oh, good luck.
Tenk.
so, are you guys ready to resume?
Yes.
So, Some of you have been in the town for a little longer than others. So we're going to start with Tecka, who has gone to visit their family who lives in town.
Tecka.
Yeah, I'm Tecka.
Yep.
Who's Tecka?
Well, I'm sorry. That's my aphasia. Tecka. Happy?
Okay. If you look to the far right of the map,
Yep.
you see a Minotaur approaching a relatively decent sized house, which is 2 houses down from the town dump. She is. Hang on. Hang on. My thing.
Would you like me to describe her?
I just need her height. And there we go. She's approximately 7 feet tall. Her fur is of a light brown color, kind of like a Jersey cow. Oh, excuse me.
Well, this isn't very
And
calm.
her, yeah. And her green eyes her green eyes complement her red hair.
Yeah?
There. Which sway to the wind as she opens the door to her house.
You are greeted
Let's
by... What?
go ahead.
You are greeted by 2 rabbit folk children running into your arms and jumping into them and hugging you, as a third figure glances from the kitchen and says, "Good morning, dear." Or should I say, welcome home.
Good to glad to see. Good.
Breathe.
I'm back. Yeah. I just got confused with the second sheet. I'm back. And then she hugs the 2 girls. How my little hair raiser's doing?
Oh, nothing but the usual chaos.
You're not giving your father and brother a hard time, are you?
They just grin.
Speaking of, where is Asterion?
He's over by the guard barracks, helping out with their accounting.
Okay. Man, I thought you were gonna play another prank on me, you 2, you rascals.
Lizzo steps over and says, "I'll be heading to the tavern in a little bit after these guys have had their breakfast. Would you like to join me?"
Well, of course. Well, obviously.
All right.
After that last time, I am definitely looking forward to a nice home cooked meal.
And as you all sit down to have breakfast, 2 new figures arrive in town. Just a second. The first is a Coon named Hatch.
A raccoon.
And the second is a mysterious hooded figure named Zuriel. Regardless, you have both arrived in town, following the job posting that you saw. What do you do?
So
Real
is this the right
quick.
place?
Real quickly, are tokens on the map or no?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
at
they're
the
at the
very
very
top.
At the top up there.
But now we're 20 is doing it to me.
Right?
Alrighty. Zuriel kind of fiddles a little bit with her her shawl. She has a shawl that's basically around her shoulders and covering her head at the moment. But you do see two miscolored eyes kind of peeking through, or well, Hatch would see two miscolored eyes peeking underneath the hood a little bit as she looks over to Hatch, unsure, and she's just like, I think I usually don't come outside of, well, I usually don't go anywhere without anybody. You know, I have you, Hatch, so I'm not sure.
Hmm. We probably have to find somewhere to do that thing with the things that are on the the things that are in books.
Which
A
books?
sign.
I read a lot of books.
No, not a book. The sign. You have to make the words on the sign make sense.
So the sign's going to tell us where we are?
Hopefully.
Zuri looks around for a sign.
Hatch can't
Alright.
read.
You roll perception for me.
Let's see.
That's the first roll of the campaign. Holy
First roll of the
shit!
campaign. Yeah!
Good omen. That's a good omen.
A very good omen.
Let's go, dude.
You not only see a sign saying where you are, you see one of those tourist boards, you know, the ones that have the big map of the town and a little dot saying you are here.
Oh, yay! Zuri kind of scuttles over and then points up to the big old map. That's definitely bigger than both of them. And she's just like, I think this is a map, and I think we're right here. And she points to the itty dot, squinting at it.
Okay. Ash like stares up at the map and nods at this, and then slowly turns to Zuri and is just like, "So where are we supposed to go again?"
Zuri jumps and she's like, "Oh right," because she remembers that Hatch can't read. So Zuri knows, okay, it's her job to do this. So she's like, "Okay, I got this." And then she turns around, stares at the map for a minute, and then slowly looks back to Hatch. She goes, "What's the place we gotta go to called again?"
She just kind of stares back blankly. And she's like, I think we had like a paper that told us.
Surely you brought
Weren't
it
we
with
supposed
you.
to like wait for a day or something?
Zuri's gonna, more likely, Zuri probably had that. She's gonna look at her bag for the paper that tells her where they were supposed to go.
Alright, roll me an investigation.
Dog.
I'm not proficient in this at all. Yep.
You pull
What
out.
the hell?
That advantage.
So
-3?
you pull out the piece of paper, only you'd used it to wrap up a fish you guys caught and were going to eat for dinner. So,
Ooh, fish.
well, the fish is good. The fish is still fine, but, yeah, the paper's all smudged and now you can't read it.
Did I do that or did Hatch do that?
I don't know, I'll leave it up to you two.
I think we both know which one of them did that.
Well, we can definitely be like, Zuri just goes, she's like, I don't remember wrapping up the fish, do you?
She stares at the paper. She's like, wait, that one was important?
Maybe? Zuri now looks a little she kind of shrinks into her shell a little bit as she starts to get a little anxious now.
Yeah, Hatch notices this and then places her little paw on her chest and says, "It's okay, Zuri. Here's what we're gonna do. We don't have the paper anymore, so we're gonna have to." And she like gets all serious as she takes a breath and points over and says, "Ask strangers."
Zuri shrinks more into her shell and she grabs her hood and pulls it down more over her head, and she's like, "What? I'm not supposed to talk to strangers."
Hatch just kind of stares back and takes a breath, realizing that Zuri can't talk to strangers, and strangers don't normally react very well to her. Still, she tries to sort of take the lead and just nods and says, "It's okay, Zuri. I'll handle it."
Zuri looks about to cry, but she just nods. She's like, "I'm sorry, Hatch. Thank you."
It's okay. And she like turns back to the side. She's like, "I wonder if there's any other raccoons here."
You see
She
an area.
still can't read.
You do see an area that is indicated by a bag of garbage.
Hatch takes her paw and attempts to point at it and says, "We should probably go there."
Zuri looks a little curious, but also like not really liking the smell. But she just nods to Hatch and goes over and like slightly grabs onto her cape as like a little like a what was the word? Like like a baby elephant grabbing its mom's tail.
Oh,
But she's not grabbing Hatch's tail though, of course. That's a no-no. That's a no touchy. She's grabbing the cape, the end of the cape from Hatch, and kind of like just follows them slowly towards the bad smelling trash.
The dump.
So, as you two head to the dump to find help, we turn our attention instead to someone who is currently exploring the markets and checking out the local fortune teller who is in the town currently. We meet a lovely trifle.
Hello. I'm a trifle. Trifle is currently looking around the markets for anything interesting to use for ingredients.
You found the fortune teller, and you see a bunch of fresh ingredients. There's even a couple of mushrooms for sale. A few you don't know yet.
Ooh. Tempting. Tempting. No, wait. I have business. I need to go to the fortune teller to get my fortune told for today.
Alright, so you're heading to the fortune teller?
Yes.
Alright. The fortune teller is a figure shrouded in darkness, hovering over a deep violet orb, and they sort of wiggle their fingers around it, and they say, welcome. Your fortune can be told for only a silver.
Yes, hello, I have a silver. Here you go.
You pay the fortune teller, and you watch as they place their fingers on the ball, and it suddenly crackles with electricity, and it's, you know, those lightning orbs, you know, the ones that you touch and it makes little sparky lightning bolts.
Yeah.
So it illuminates the tent, and you watch as the shadows curl around, and it looks like spirits of the damned. And you can hear wailing echoing about with a little bit of thaumaturgy. And then
Ooh.
it all fades, and everything goes dark. And then light slowly illuminates from the outside again as the tent flap opens. You will encounter new allies that will permanently shape your existence.
Ooh. New friends. That sounds very exciting.
If you would like to buy the subscription service, we can give you a sending stone for only 20 gold, and you can get a fortune told every day.
That is very tempting. Unfortunately, I don't have that much gold. But thank you anyway, I will consider it.
Well, the offer is always on the table. Have a wonderful day. And remember, doom!
Doom! Trifle leaves the tent. They seem satisfied.
So you start heading towards the inn?
Right after buying a very interesting mushroom.
Costs you about a copper.
Yeah, they'll take it.
Okay. So, as Trifle heads out of the markets, we turn our attention to the last two. A Dragonborn and a Kitsune, currently waiting to be seen by a guard who is at the front door. You are both in a small line at the moment, waiting to be seen in.
So yeah, you see a white dragonborn with piercing orange eyes. They're wearing a very worn, sort of rugged, hooded poncho. You can tell that they've been wearing this for quite a while without changing it or doing that much maintenance on it.
And Andy?
Is Andy alive?
Huh? I'm sorry, what?
You're up next.
We were just
Oh.
talking about you. You gotta pay attention.
You're in line with me for the guard.
Everything is important. Anyway, I will go over it again. You are currently in a line that is being seen. Thank you, Train. You are currently in a line that is being seen to go into the Leggy Tapper Inn and basically book your room. There's quite a lot of adventurers and it's quite crowded as everyone is currently, here for the quest. And you're currently basically waiting to be seen in. And behind you in the line is a Dragonborn. Would you like to describe your character?
She's this tall woman with long silver hair with fox ears on the top and a tail and a similarly silver furred tail. And her long black she has a strange as an unusual black outfit with what would appear to be star patterns embroidered all over it, and she is waving a paper fan in her face with her eyes closed for the moment. You get the feeling that she's being very impatient.
How long have we been waiting here, DM?
Oh, just a casual 30 minutes.
Okay, fair enough.
And as you guys are waiting, you see a figure walk up with another rabbit, and they both approach the door. See, they walk up with a rabbit folk, and they approach the door, and the person at the door gives a nod, and they both walk in, completely cutting the line.
What? I see she must be a regular.
The figure.
I assume.
The figure at the door finally finishes with the person in front of you, Tenko. And you are met by not a steely, burly man that you were expecting, but a small child.
Oh.
There's very upfront description on the handout.
The child is trying very, very hard to be tough and intimidating, and they look to you and say, "Name and registration."
Are they
Yep.
really so Are they really so short-handed here? Here that they're asking children to do the adult work?
This is my adult work. This is my inn, and if you do not show me respect, I will not give you your free room, adventurer. Now show me your card, your ID, that shows you're an adventurer.
Very well. She hands him a card, and it doesn't necessarily say she was an adventurer, but that she was a part of the human army.
He looks to the card, and then he hands it back, and then basically hands you a number and says, "You're in the barracks upstairs. That's your bed number. You can exchange it, but that's your bed for the night." And he steps aside to let you in.
Finally. And she just callously storms inside.
All right, Harann, it is your turn. And yes, I know your full name is Holden.
That's their last name.
Oh.
I'm calling you Harann.
You can also call them Seeker.
Okay. Well, you're up next. Registration.
They hand their registration.
They hand it in, they look it over, they write down your details, and you are also given a number and explained you're in the barracks, and you're let in.
Seeker thanks them and goes in.
Nick, by that point, Trifle, you have joined the line, and you realize, oh, there's no more line. Those were the last two people in the line. And you're just like, oh. Okay.
Oh, all right. Oh, you're as tall as I am. Hello. Yeah, Trifle is short.
Yeah. So, Todd gives a nod and then says again, "Adventure ID."
Okay, 1 sec. They go through their pack and they pull out the registration.
He takes it, looks it over, writes down your details, and gives you a small card with the number on it.
Thank you.
And you're let inside.
And they just saunter inside.
And with that, Hatch and Zuri arrive at the dump. You are met with a cavalcade of screeching and chittering as about 5 or so coons are currently fighting over a tiny pile of trash that is being dumped out by a human.
Hatch gasps and her eyes almost shine a bit. She kind of looks towards Zuriel and just says, "Hey, I know our mission's really important, but can I please, can I?"
Zuriel just looks around and she's like, I mean, you don't really have to ask me for permission if you want to do something, but...
I don't want to just leave you! And she just, like, puts her little, like, paws on her side. It's just like, that would be rude. But also, like, they have treasure over there. They have treasure over there.
Sorry. When she was by treasure, you talking about the trash heap?
She is talking about the trash heap.
Okay. Zuri kind of pauses, looks a little unsure. She's like, I mean, sure, we can go in for a bit, I think.
Yes! Ash just scurries towards the pile of other raccoons.
There's only if the trash pile is rapidly fading away. There's only enough time. Quick, make a dex save to see if you get any.
Alright, fair enough.
Jesus Christ.
It's a
I like how these two are
Coon
the ones
world.
doing all the rolls.
Average.
You managed to reach in and roll me on your, your raccoon little thing. It's
alright. 1d8. Yeah.
Let's see what you get.
Alright.
So, I believe we set that up.
Yeah, I can. Do you want me to just pop it into the chat?
Yeah, if that's all right with you. I just don't have it on me, sorry.
A grappling hook.
Yeah, you managed to pull out this mangled bit of metal that has this little hoop on the end that it looks like it was more it ended up that way from being in the trash rather than it was actually made to be a grappling hook, but you found a grappling hook.
Yes! I just holds it proudly. Nice. She immediately stashes it away.
I imagine it's a broken grappling hook.
Well, it still needs a rope, but it's the head.
Yeah, okay.
Hatch turns to Zuri and just holds up the grappling hook in her paws. Zuri, look what I got!
She looks like she smiles like she wants to be encouraging. She has no idea what you have. And she's like, that's good. What is it?
It's a grabby thing that helps you climb.
A grabby thing? She tilts her head.
Hatch nods and runs back over, briefly forgetting their entire mission as she shows it off all excitedly. It's like, yeah, you see, normally you have rope, and you tie the rope onto this bit, and then you kind of, like, chuck it, and it clings onto something, and then you can use it to, like, climb on stuff.
Oh. Huh. She tells her, she's like, I think that could be useful if we have to, like, scale a side of a cliff or something, I think.
Hatch nods and just immediately tucks it into her bag. She's like, yep. It'll be very useful.
She gives a timid but happy smile. She's like, well, I mean, if you say we need it, then I'm happy you found it.
Yeah, we definitely need it. Yep. She seems very proud of herself for finding complete and utter garbage. Yeah, pauses for a minute. She's like, wait, why were we here again?
Well, the thing that was telling us what we needed to do is kind of covered in fish, but,
Oh, right.
It was some kind of job, but I don't remember what we needed to do, though.
Hatch, having calmed down from her garbage forays, now actually takes time to look around her and try to spot a friendly face.
Well, you look around and you can see several piles of trash, almost set up like one would set up housing, except they're piles of garbage. And they're set up in neat little rows with little paths between them, and each little pile of garbage has a raccoon, tending to it and placing down whatever trash they managed to get from the pile. And you can also see the human that was at the shack glance over to you briefly, and then they just quietly head back inside their little shack.
Hatch, like, kind of somewhat warily actually, makes a bit of a circle away from that human and starts to head towards another raccoon, admittedly a little bit curiously. Yeah, like, tilts her head, she mumbles under her breath. I didn't know there were so many young ones here.
The raccoon jolts, and you hear a little bit of possessive chittering as they grip their trash and they go, "This is my pile. You need to get your own if you want to get a pile. This is my pile, okay? Okay?
I don't want your hoard. I don't want your hoard. I've got my own hoard, and it's probably cooler than yours."
They relax a little bit, and then they say, "What do you want?"
Well, my friend and I were trying to figure out where the whole adventure thingy is, but we kind of maybe got a little bit lost.
Oh, the adventure thingy. I've seen a lot of those folks. They've all been heading towards that building over there. The one with the tiny human out the front that's trying to look tough.
Hatch takes a look. Does she see the building?
Yep.
I imagine you just see a weird, gooey person just walk right in.
Oh. Funky. She turns back around to the other raccoon and says, "Thank you!" And then she pauses for a bit and says, "Don't worry, one day your wings are gonna come in too."
The raccoon sort of chitters a bit in confusion, but they let you go.
Hatch runs back to Zuriel and says, "Okay, I figured out where we need to go."
Oh, okay. And she again reaches over, grabs Hatch's cloak at the end again, and just shows that she's following her.
Hatch eagerly takes the lead and starts to lead Zuri back to the inn.
Alright. You both head to the inn, but there's an issue. The entrance is guarded by your worst enemy. A vicious child.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Hatch actually does kind of freeze up and becomes immediately both a lot more serious and a lot more apprehensive as she sees the kid there.
Hmm?
Like, looks towards her. She's like, "Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do we need this money right now?"
Zuri looks confused. She's like, "Why? What's wrong?"
She just glares at the child. She's like, "There's a human over there."
Zuri looks over, starts at first, but then calms down, saying it's basically almost like a child. Is the child like almost Zuri's height? Or Hatch's height?
Roughly, yeah. They're 15 years old, so they'd be roughly your height, maybe a bit smaller.
Okay. So Zuri goes, she's like...
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. For reference, Trifle is 4 feet, approximately.
Right.
They're short.
Wait, is that who we're seeing?
No,
Oh, okay.
you're seeing the kid. This one.
Zuri kind of tilts her head for a minute, and she's like, I mean, humans aren't always so bad.
Hatch's tail is just bristled up and she just goes, "No, they are..." And she pauses for a minute, then clicks her teeth and says, "They're always bad-ish, and if they're not bad, that's just a reason to be wary."
Zuri still looks a tad curious, which is, for some people, would be very interesting because the fact that technically the two of them could be considered kids, and yet they're worried of this other kid. But Zuri just like, "Well, maybe I could just ask if we can go in real quick. If you don't want to talk to him, then.
Hatch, like, gives a slow nod, but this is be careful, Zuri. If he tries anything, I'll bite him for you.
Oh, okay. Zuri looks very confused, but she is glad to have at least Hatch as her backup in case something happens, which she's not entirely sure what could happen. But this is all new to her, so she's going to trust Hatch to have her back just in case. And so he's going to very timidly, while holding her shawl closer to her face, kind of scurries forward. She's like, "Excuse me, can we go inside, please?"
Are you adventurers?
She looks almost sad for a minute. She goes, "I think we are now, yes."
He nods for a moment and then says, do you have your adventuring card?
Zuri starts to look a little anxious and she's like, where, do we need one to go in?
He gives a soft sigh and then says, a room for 2 people will be 1 silver a night.
Zuri looks at you, she's like, silver, money, right. I have some money.
He holds out his hand, waiting for it.
Zuri kind of looks back at Hatch, unsure for a minute, and then just reaches into the pouch that she's pretty sure has the money. And she pulls out 1 gold coin and just hesitantly places it in his hand.
He looks to it, and then he just gives a grumble and then says, this is 1 gold. You were supposed to give 1 silver. I'll take 2 silver for the knowledge, and I'm gonna give you your change. And he turns and says, follow me, and he leads you inside.
Zuri seems to, her shoulders kind of relax, just a smidge a little bit, that Hatch could tell. And then she slowly turns to Hatch and gives a very shaky and weary smile thumbs up.
Hatch seems a little wary, but does go to follow Zuri.
And so, you all make it and step inside the tavern. Some of you I've placed upstairs in the rooms that you'll be sleeping in, just so you know where they go. And the rest, aka Tecka, is downstairs currently helping her husband set up.
It's Tecka, not Tecka.
Tecka. Look, I'll get it eventually.
Confusing her with Trifle.
We have a Tecka and then a Tenko, so yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Just I'm glad I never. I'm probably never going to ask you to pronounce my character's name.
You're Harann.
Yeah.
So, that's the rooms you guys are in, and you're, showed them. And Zuri, you're given back 8 silver by the tavern keeper, and then he shows you up the stairs to the room. And there are doors, I've just not included them because I didn't want to include them.
Okay.
So there are doors.
Imagine them.
Regardless, Harann, Trifle, and Tenko, you were the first to arrive, so you're checking out the barracks. There's a few other adventurers that you passed that are currently having drinks downstairs, and the beds are rather threadbare, but they're serviceable.
Bunk beds! Yay!
I'm sorry, Trifle. Your number is the bottom bunk.
Man.
Lol now.
That's okay. I imagine not many people would be fond of me accidentally slipping on top of them. That would be weird. Anyways.
Oh my god. That is not a pretty image.
Also, hi.
Greetings.
You look like a dragon person.
I am a Dragonborn. I assure you I'm not a dragon.
No, that's okay. I think dragons are neat. Anyways. I've never seen
That's great. That's good
Dragonborn
to hear.
before.
Well, there's a first time for everything, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm a trifle. What's your name?
My name is Stoldronderdwas Harann, but you may call me Secret.
Okay, Seeker it is. That's a very long name. Everybody
It's a-
just calls
it-
me trifle because I like sweets.
Well, long family names are very traditional in Dragonborn culture.
I will keep that in mind. Do you speak Draconic by chance? I can speak Draconic.
Definitely not reading the sheet, but yes.
Neat.
So what about you, Tenko? You're just watching these two quietly chat about dragons.
Is she sleeping?
She's on the bed in an upright position. She appears to be meditating.
Okay.
Seeker approaches Tenko. I sense you've had a long day, rude lady.
Is that how you begin all conversations?
Well, I could ask you the same thing about the way you greeted the door person.
I don't begin conversations. I end them. Now, good day.
Oh my god.
Huh. Wow.
So, Hatch and Zuri, you're not entirely sure, but you think you heard mentions of a dragon as you were passing into your room. What do you do?
Hatch's ears perk up, and she kind of turns to Zuri with a somewhat new look in her eyes. And she just sort of like looks around, and is like,
Hey Zuri, can we go figure out where that conversation was coming from?
Zuri actually seems interested as well too, as very briefly you hear mumble, "Uncle?" And then she quickly shakes her head and she's like, "Oh, yeah. I'm curious too. Let's go find out."
So, you guys follow the noises, and you peek, and you make your way to a door. And you're currently eavesdropping, but you can open it at any time. I'm just letting you know.
I get a bit. Okay.
Like
And,
two little heads, one on top of the other, trying to peek through the door.
So, Trifle, Harann, and Tenko, you can, I'll have to change you over to Seeker. I am sorry, I just... Anyway, you guys can roll perception if you want, or you can continue your conversation. It's up to you. You have options. But, Hatch and Zuri, you want to also roll a stealth.
I know what to tell you, real stealth. Stealth
So
is
we're like
also not
contestant.
Zuri's strong point.
Oh, I'm rolling to DM. How do I not do that?
I'll fix that up on your sheet in just a second. As for downstairs, Tecka, you have finished helping... Tecka, sorry. I'm getting there. Tecka, you've finished helping your husband get set up. And with a quick strum, music begins to echo from downstairs. And
It moves to the side and watches, acting like both a bouncer and a member of the audience. Cat just came in.
Kitty.
alright. There you go, I've fixed up your sheet, Harann. So, you rolled an 8, just for everyone to know. And, Trifle?
Yeah, I can't see shit.
Trifle, you heard them. Tenko, did you? You want to roll?
If she did, she does.
It's up to you.
If she did, she does. If she did, she doesn't care.
Fair enough. So, Trifle and Harann, you were both just rudely dismissed. Do you continue your conversation?
Trifle notices that there's someone peeking in through the door. New friends.
What?
There's someone ready at the door. Hello.
I'm guessing I see them now.
Yes.
Zitty looks a bit like nervous and like shocked that they got caught as she tries to like take a step backwards and just kind of stumbles and just kind of falls flat on her butt.
Oh, Hatch, complete opposite reaction, like steps in front of Zuri, but doesn't seem as wary as she was with the humans, as she kind of like looks to the strange gooey creature in front of her, and then her eyes see Seeker, and she just gasps a bit and runs forward towards you with no explanation and just goes, "Adult."
Sorry, what did you say?
Adult. She like runs excitedly around you and then just looks up and says, "Why do you not have your wings yet?"
Wings? I'm sorry, do you believe I'm a dragon?
Yeah, you're an adult dragon.
No. Harann is a dragonborn. Totally different.
That's just since they're blankly blinking, and she like turns towards Tribal and tilts her head and goes, "Well, yeah, to be a dragon, you have to be born from a dragon."
It's a very common misconception, I'm afraid.
I see. Also, hi, I'm a trifle. What's your name?
Hatch kind of like lowers her ears a bit at that and just mumbles, "So you're not a dragon?" And she just kind of pouts a bit, but turns to Trifle and says, "Oh, I'm Hatch."
Hi. You're Coon. I've seen a lot of Coons, but they always hiss at me whenever I try to go near them.
Yeah, people usually throw rocks at us, that's why.
Why are
That's
they
kinda
throwing
sad.
rocks at you?
Because they don't like how cool we are.
So just a reminder for everyone else, it's well known that Coon are basically not well liked because, you know, they dig through trash, and it's widely known that Coon are basically not clean, they're not very nice, you know. Basically, you would know that most Coon are very disliked.
Little vandals.
Yes. They're thieves, they're vermin, they should all be exterminated, etc., etc., etc.
Trifle has attempted to make friends with them to little success.
Zuri is just kind of observing quietly, still sitting on the floor. Although she does kind of slump just a tiny bit sad, seeing that it's not who she thought it was when they heard about Dragon. But she is still curious, as she just silently just kind of sits there and observes from the floor.
And Trifle looks over to Zuri next. Just tilting their head towards her and saying, "Oh, you have very pretty eyes. Hi."
Zuri Zuri kind of jumps a bit at being spoken to now. As she just, out of habit, just kind of holds the shawl closer to her. But there's a little bit of like a pink dusting to her cheek. She's like, oh, thank you. That's very nice.
What's your name?
Of you to say. She looks to Hatch a little bit unsure for a minute if she should tell them or not. But she wants to be nice back because Trifle gave her such a really nice compliment. So she's like, I'm Zuriel.
That's a pretty name. My name is Trifle.
I hope
She
I
looks
hope this
more
is not.
nervous.
Yeah, go on.
She looks more nervous as she starts to kind of hide her face in her shawl a little bit more.
I hope this isn't rude to ask, but how did you become acquainted with this raccoon?
She now looks over to the not dragon. As she tilts her head curious and she's like, are you talking to me?
Well, yeah.
Seems shy.
She looks hesitant, like she's trying to figure out what to say. Because it's very obvious there's something she can and cannot say, so she's trying to find the words and she's having a very hard time doing it. But she kind of mumbles into her shawl. She's like, Hatch is my best friend.
I see.
Oh, you made besties with a Coon. I want to be besties with a Coon.
No better time than the present, is there?
Yeah. Are you gonna go on an adventure with us? We're doing the Sphinx quest.
Hatch like blinks for a minute and seems almost surprised that Trifle is so eager to become friends. And for a minute she almost looks almost like a bit off-put by it, like she's trying to work out if Trifle has any ulterior motives. But
She's not a
upon hearing-
racist?
You can roll inside if you want.
Yeah, actually, sure.
Oh my god.
Here, one sec.
PvP incest.
So, I'm going to say the inside for this one. You can't tell if they're being genuine or not.
It's hard to tell
Sure.
because they are a slime.
Kind of stares a bit warily, but she has heard mention of the quest that they're supposed to be going on. And she kind of looks towards Zuri, and then looks back towards Trifle and Seeker, and seems to debate whether or not it's a good idea to mention that they are indeed trying to go on the same quest.
I mean, cat's out of the bag at this point. We all want to be questioned.
And just a reminder for you, Andy, you can hear all of this.
We're not being quiet at all.
You can see her eyes twitch on occasion, but they don't open.
Okay.
It's like she doesn't want to be part of this conversation.
Alright.
I mean, I just
Continue.
talk to her.
So, Zuri, how do you respond to Hatch?
Zuri kind of perks up. She's like, isn't it like a normal thing to do to form like adventuring parties to take on tasks? Is that what this is? That's I remember reading in a book.
She quickly turns around and she just like whispers to Zuri. She's like, sorry. I don't know if we can trust them yet. What do they like try to backstab us or something?
What? No.
Well,
No, I just
Zuri
want
looks.
Did I hear that, by the way? Did we hear what Hatch just said, by the way?
Roll a perception check.
Alright.
Oh yeah, Trifle definitely heard.
Why isn't it rolling? Oh, there it is. Shit. Okay. Ignore the second one. Oh, I heard it all.
Yeah,
Zurika,
Go on, Ninja.
Zuri kind of looks to Hatch and then looks over to the others behind them because obviously her and Hatch are not that tall, so she can see at least the not Dragonborn and see how they're looking at Hatch. She's like, Hatch, I think they heard you.
Hatch flinches.
What? No. I'm on a personal quest to make the best cake ever.
Well, not that you would have any reason to trust me, but I don't really believe in backstabbing at like on a like philosophical level. I'd rather have more allies than personally.
Besides, we
Hatch.
just met. We don't even know you guys.
Yeah.
Hatch, would you roll me a history check to see if you know what a cake is?
Yes.
You do.
I love this fucking rodent.
Hatch doesn't know what to make of Seeker's statements and actually does continue to feel a bit wary towards Seeker. However, her ears immediately perk up and her eyes shine as she stares at Trifle, tail wagging, and just goes, "Cake?"
Yes.
It's just, she runs forward, forgetting all animosity, and just continues to wag her tail. She's like, "You have cake? You want to make cake? Cake? Yes? Cake? Can I have
Yes.
some?"
I haven't made it yet, but I'm working on it.
Hatch just turns to Zuri. He's like, "Okay, we're joining them."
Just like that? Weren't you concerned a moment ago?
They can't be evil. They're making cake.
Everyone knows cake isn't evil.
How does the current quest? How does the quest posting relate to cake? Were you planning on using the money for it?
I need money to buy ingredients.
I suppose that makes sense.
I
Sounds
also
like-
want to go adventuring for new ingredients so I can make the best cake imaginable so everybody can enjoy it.
I'm just seeing Hatch's token slowly inching towards Zuriel, and I'm just imagining Hatch reaching for Zuriel and grabbing her by the cheeks and going, "Cake."
So she doesn't quite grab her by the cheeks, but she just inches closer and just silently whispers like,
Zuri, we need money to feed ourselves. They're making food and it's cake. This is perfect.
Well, Zuria pauses for her and she's like, well, Scrap does need ingredients to make food for us.
Exactly.
Hatch just nods as if that was her intent. It was not.
So, how much do you guys know about plasmoids?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Silly goopy friend.
Yeah, I'm a slime. I'm a trifle.
Oh,
Hatch isn't going to do anything without Zuri's consent. However, she is looking with the biggest puppy dog eyes.
Zuni, though, she can see that Hatch really wants to do this. She doesn't want to like disappoint or make her best friend unhappy. So she's like, I mean, sure. I mean, it probably would be good to have other people to help us.
yes. She just smiles and says, "Don't worry, Zuri. If they try anything, I'll beat them up. But thanks for the cake."
I don't want to be beat up. I'd rather we just be friends.
Well, then just don't try to hurt us.
Okay.
Zuria looks kind of anxious at the fact that there's more people, but she does trust Hatch and their judgment, question mark?
You shouldn't.
Well, Hatch is the only other person she has, besides one other, but we'll get to them later. But right now the only
In due
person that
time.
the only person that she can rely on right now is Hatch, so she's just gonna follow Hatch.
And as you guys are having this conversation, the scent of freshly made stew and the sound of pleasant music echo from downstairs.
Only Trifle could smell it.
Petra's stomach immediately growls.
Are you hungry? Are they making stew downstairs? I saw them making stew downstairs.
They're making stew downstairs, she whispers to Zuri.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
why don't
serving
we?
out-
Why don't we go down and eat together? I've read eating together is a very good way to bond with new people.
Yeah. I wonder
Ash
how
once
good it
again
is
just-
if everybody is eating it.
Seeker turns back, turns to Tenko, and just sort of shout shouts out like, you're free to join us too, rude lady, if you'd like.
Yeah, you're free to come with us and eat stew with us if you want, lady whose name I don't know.
Oh shit, she's still.
Hell, lucky for you. Ooh, I need sustenance just as the rest of you do. But I will make one thing clear. My name is Tenko. Do not call me rude or lady.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Tenko.
Forgive me, as I didn't know your name before. I simply used the most immediate adjective.
Don't go calling people things you don't want to be called yourself, rude little dragon.
All right. Well, in any case, you want to go get some stew, Tenko?
Yes.
Yeah, we just...
Since you so politely invited me.
And so, you all head downstairs, where the tables are bustling, but there's conveniently one table still free. Tecka, you watch as the telltale signs of a ragtag band of adventurers emerge from upstairs, head down the steps, and through the front door.
Tecka watches as the group find their way to a table. Although she does raise her eyes at the sight of a hooded raccoon. Although, could I see it if it's a raccoon?
Hatch, you're
imagine
not
she's being
really
subtle
trying
about
to hide the fact that you're a raccoon, are you?
No, she's just wearing a little garbage bag because she likes that it keeps off the rain.
Yeah, Tecka just raises her eyebrow at you, but seeing as how that you're not causing trouble, and there hasn't been a complaint of from the manager yet, she remains in her spot and continues to keep an eye out.
So you all sit down, and the child from earlier reluctantly approaches, glances to Hatch, then just gives a long sigh and says, "Do you all want some soup? It's 1 silver a
please.
bowl."
Yes, please.
So, all of you subtract 1 silver, except for
Which is
Zuri.
silver.
Yeah.
Like how much of a gold piece is a silver?
It's 10.
So if I
10.
have 10 gold, I now have 9 gold and 9 silver, right?
Nope. So, 1 silver is 10 copper, 1 gold is 10 silver. So yes, you are right, but always remember it's just you add a 0.
Okay.
So, you were saying something? But Zuriel, you'll be paying 2 silver for you and Hatch, I'm assuming, yes?
Zuriel. No, not right away. She doesn't. Because she just like soup, and then she looks at. She's like, someone won't be very happy if we eat something like soup that isn't made by them.
Hatch's little ears lower, but she does understand what Zuriel is saying. She just kind of like pokes her fingers and is like, is he gonna get that upset if we do?
I mean, it's soup. What's wrong with it?
I'm not saying that the soup here is bad, but well, I have somebody who actually likes to make soup with me, and I don't want to make them sad or upset because I ate soup from somebody else.
Oh, I'm sure they won't be upset. You gotta try all
they-
sorts of different things all the time.
Is this person you speak of? Is this person you speak of here?
Yes, they're always with me. And
it's no good fearing your experiences. If they truly cared about you, they would understand.
Yeah, you gotta try new things every once in a while, otherwise things will just get stagnant.
Still, she just kind of holds up a finger with a weary smile. She's like, I just want to ask them real quick and see. And then she turns around, kind of holds her shawl closer down to her face as she looks into her bag. And she just begins to murmur into it, like very, very softly.
You have a little friend? I also have a little friend.
I have a little friend too.
I have a little friend.
Little friend section.
And Trifle does indeed pull it out. It's a little pot. It's a little cauldron.
Oh, Zuriel pauses for a minute. She's like, oh, does yours talk too?
Well, no. But they're basically my child. Or like my child. I made them.
Okay.
You made them?
Yes.
Okay. Zuriel keeps kind of talking inside her bag, and then she gives a curt nod and she closes it, and then she looks up to the child that that she remembers Hatch pointing out. She's like, we'll take the soup too. And then she pulls out you said silver, right?
Yep, 1 silver per bowl.
Yeah, she takes out the 2 silver and hands it over.
He takes it, leaves, and then returns a moment later with your bowls, and he places them down. And I've accidentally grabbed a Hatch, my bad.
Oh no.
Whoops.
And then he goes back behind the counter.
Trifle puts the tiny cauldron away.
And you all will notice he gives this grimace of displeasure as he's placing down a bowl for Hatch. But as
I smell racism.
As a new song begins on the stage, Tecka, do you still continue to watch?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to point out one important thing that you guys can see on Zuriel at the moment. She's wearing no shoes. She has these leg warmers that kind of like go like across the middle of her foot, but you can clearly see her toesies. She is wearing no shoes.
Well, Trifle's not wearing any shoes either. They're slime.
Tecka can't wear. Tekka's unable to wear shoes.
Yeah, and the two of you are wearing shoes.
Do we have the stews?
Let me know how it tastes.
Yeah, how does it taste?
It's a little watery, but it's got meat, it's got veggies. It's not bad.
Hatch does not hesitate. Hatch is inhaling that stew.
Patch, yours has a certain tang to it. You know what that means.
Oh.
Bro!
Oh. Her tail wags as admittedly a tiny bit of moisture enters her eyes and she wipes it away and smiles and says, "They have my favorite recipe here! Yes!"
Ooh, can I try it?
Hatch nods and slides over her bowl, which is mostly empty except for like maybe the smallest of drops.
Trifle manages to absorb some of it.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh my god, bruh.
So you manage to... So you feel it burn your throat as it goes down, and you cough a bit, realizing that it was poison, but thankfully your unique amorphous nature allows you to expel the poison and leave the soup. So you expel the bit of poison back into the bowl and have the rest of the soup. But yeah, that bowl was poisoned.
Oh.
They tried to kill you.
You
Yeah,
don't
that
know
was
that,
poisonous.
Harann.
Hatch just blinks and then nods and says,
Yeah, just like Mom used to make.
Jesus Christ.
Well, she didn't make stew. She kind of just shoved meat at me, but I mean, the same thing.
I didn't know
Zuriel.
you were immune to poison. I need to
Zuriel
write
looked
that down.
So you looked really concerned, and she looks over here. I was like, "Are you sure you're okay?"
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I do all this
Dad.
kind of stuff
Oh,
all
sorry.
the time. I always taste test my creations every time. Even though I
Alright,
can't
now.
taste anything.
Alright, now Hatch, you were trying to speak?
Hatch nods and says, "I'm okay." And then she, like, her ears perk up and she turns to Trifle. She just gasps and slams her little paws on the table and she excitedly wags her tail and says, wait, you cook with the special ingredient too?
Sometimes.
An excited little chitter leaves her. She's just like, I could only ever taste that stuff back home. You have no idea how long I've wanted to find someone who can cook like that.
Ooh. You have to share with me the recipe so I can make it specially for you.
Hatch nods and says, I've tried to figure it out, but I can't figure out the exact, like, flavors. But when I figure it out, I'll let you know.
So no one knows that it's poison.
Zuriel does. That's why she's trying to. While they're talking, she's like opening her mouth and then closing it, opening her mouth and then closing it, because she wants to say something, but she doesn't want to interrupt how happy they both are.
You don't know that either, Tenko.
Oh, never mind then.
Lol.
They haven't
You
said
see-
it's poison. They've just said it's a special ingredient.
I thought.
Yeah, so
Trifle
Zuriel's
did
the only
say,
one
Oh
who
yeah,
knows
that's
poison."
poison.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Trifle at one point did say, oh yeah, that's poison.
I'm sorry. In that case, yes, you do all know. Sorry.
So do you like to drink poison?
Well, I mean, it's usually on the meat and stuff. Yeah, it makes a good seasoning.
It does.
It-
Though not many people can stomach it, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever need poison, I do have poison.
Hatch's eyes go wide as she turns to Secret and says, oh my gosh, my new friends have so much good food.
Tecka? The conversation has begun with them offering to poison something. Oh, they're offering poison to children. And you can hear this. They're not exactly being quiet about the fact they're offering poison to children.
For the
Ooh,
record, I would only
Guys?
give poison to someone who asked for it.
Yeah, I know. Guys, let's freaking speak. Sorry, Tecka. Dream?
I know. Upon hearing this, Tecka looks to Lizzo. I'll be back in a minute, hon. Something's up.
He nods.
As he does, Tecka makes her way over to the table, and as soon as she arrives, clears her throat. Is there a
hello.
problem? Is there a problem with the soup?
Hatch flinches and gets a little wary at the sudden tone of authority, but she kind of just shakes her head and goes, No, it just tasted like home.
Haha, you're very big. Hello.
It's the kings of introductions in this group.
Is
Well,
that
what he's...
not how the stews here are normally made?
Trifle tries their own stew.
Seeker also carefully tries their own stew.
They're not poisoned.
Yeah, it doesn't have that same tang to it.
It's a bit bland, if anything.
Because I could clearly hear your table say something about poison.
Yeah, there was some in my soup. It adds flavor?
No, you just hear Zuriel just whining as she pulls her shawl down more as more people are around them.
Oh.
Tecka pinches the bridge of her nose. The bridge of her snout. Ah, gods, again! She turns around and goes up to...
Someone doesn't seem to know that coons are scavengers.
Tecka goes up to Todd.
Yeah?
Look, I know you don't really care for Coon, but it's bad for business if you try and poison them in the very inn you reside in. I mean, what if a health inspector comes by and they see you put poison in?
He just looks at you and says, "What's a health inspector?"
Bruh.
Someone who could take this tavern away if they find anything that doesn't fit with the health code.
He just stares at you and then says, "You're not human. You wouldn't understand. Nothing I have done
Okay.
is against the law. If anything, I broke the law allowing that thing inside."
Okay, Tecka glares at him. Look, I'm trying to offer you helpful advice.
I appreciate your advice, but I kindly disagree with it. If there's anything else you have issue with, feel free to take it up with the mayor.
Tecka smells, but keep herself from lashing out.
we have a good thing going with your husband. And I would rather not sully that with that thing being an issue. If you have an issue with the Coon, take it up with the mayor. And he just
Tecka.
motions to Hatch and then says, as far as I can see, you're the only one that has a problem with this.
Tecka rolls her eyes. I mean, but I'm not gonna be the one. But I'm not the one who'd be losing customers over rumors about poison soup. And she walks away.
As you walk away, you notice most of the human patrons are just watching you, and they just shake their heads and then they go back to their drinks. Your view is very unpopular in the town. It's not one that is shared by the predominantly human population.
If it. If this were an evil campaign, Tecka would have brought out her axe.
Oh my lord.
Oh no.
Against a child? I guess he did say evil.
Heck yeah, fight the children and axe the children. Yep, we are the good guys.
Lonzo pauses in their playing and looks to you and says, is something wrong?
Oh, Todd's just being a brat again. She then motions to the table, as if saying, you see, EY.
He just looks confused and says, alright, as I see, dear. And he gives a smile and resumes playing. So, the rest of you at the table got to see that whole affair. Hatch, you may continue in the chat, in voice.
Okay.
Hatch kind of, she now understands that that was not someone trying to make her feel at home. That was someone attempting to take her life. And she is admittedly quite saddened by that. She looks over at Seeker and just kind of shakes her and says,
I do like the taste of poison. It's just I didn't realize that they were doing it to.
and then she just sighs and says, I should have realized it sooner. As a human who served me.
Yeah, a lot of humans are like that from my understanding. But not all of them. Some humans are nice.
Catch actually does look away and just kind of mumbles under her breath. I don't think so.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue
least
with
on-
that.
Well, on the bright side, it sounds like you at least, with your resistance to resistance to it, you had a more interesting stew taste-wise than we did.
She does give a little bit of a nod at that and says,
Well, yeah, it tasted pretty good.
I need to replicate this. Preferably without the killing people part.
Well, if you
Well-
ever need poison, I have some that you can
Well-
say.
Well, it wasn't really enough to kill a human. It was just some rat poison they had laying around for pests.
oh no.
Oh, it was rat poison.
That's crazy.
I need to replicate that taste then.
Edge admittedly perks up a little bit. That
Says, if you can do it, let me know. I'll try to work on sort of the taste that I'm used to too, and maybe you could replicate that.
and she kind of pokes her little paws together sheepishly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Her tail starts wagging again. That's made her happy. She kind of misses the flavors of home quite a bit.
I am curious
Yeah.
about the flavor. I just don't think, I wouldn't drink poison personally, But I am interested to see what to see what flavors you are, and you get to enjoy the weekend, because we would die.
And like thinks about that for a minute. He's like, yeah, I guess those tastes don't really work very well on critters that aren't coons.
Yeah.
Dragons.
Even I felt it.
Are there other things that can eat poison? Oh, she just kind of like shrugs to herself.
Maybe. We just haven't discovered them yet.
I'm sure
Usually
anything could drink poison if they were able to build up an affinity for it.
Yeah.
Oh. She kind of looks
Anyway.
at her new friends, just like. So you're saying is if you guys eat a little bit every? No, I don't want to take that risk with Zuri. That doesn't sound fun.
Well, I'm always down to try new things.
No. Noted.
No.
And now we hope and pray that Hatch never gets to touch anybody's food, specifically secrets.
Oh fuck! The curiosity killed the Dragonborn.
Trifle will be fine. Trifle has an iron stomach.
So,
Well, okay, go on.
with you all having eaten and enjoyed some lovely music, and with the time being what it is, you'll probably all head to bed soon. However, is there anything anyone would like to do before we wrap this session up?
Yeah, not particularly.
Nah, save it for next session.
Yeah.
Alright.
Actually,
Then-
there is one. Sorry, there is one thing. Do you guys want to see my tiny friend?
Tiny friend. I want to see the tiny friend.
It takes out the small black cauldron.
Give
Gives
me
it
a
a few
second.
knocks, and the lid lifts up, and you see an eye poke out of it. You can. This is a homunculus. I made it myself.
Oh,
You can probably show the picture for that.
I can see it.
I have a character. It reminds me of the Sinistes.
Oh my god.
I actually based it off of the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts.
No.
the little
Is he-
floating ones that cast magic.
So, does anyone reach out to Tecka, who tried to defend them?
Who's there now at the
I
moment?
would. I mean, I would before going up to bed.
Alright, so before you go to bed, you approach them. What do you say?
Also, hi. I'm a trifle. Thank you for defending my new friend.
Tecka blinks in surprise at the bit at the little slime curl, but then she gives a soft smile. No problem.
It happens a lot. You tried your best. It's all good.
Just don't blame Todd for what he did. He lost his parents. He lost his parents during the war, and unfortunately, the majority of the town thinks poorly of Coons.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But thank you anyway. It was nice to meet you, Miss Minotaur lady. Good night. He goes. They go to bed.
They take off before Tech could even speak.
Alright.
Yeah.
Any final things?
Hatch isn't necessarily gonna say something because she's still admittedly a bit scary of the big Minotaur lady, scared of the big Minotaur lady, but she's gonna kind of look up a bit curiously almost as she passes by. But she's gonna try to like scramble back to bed.
And that's Hatch, right?
Yeah, that's Hatch.
Yeah. As Hatch passes by, Tecka just gives a friendly smile and a little wave.
Hatch like flinches. She doesn't really know what to make of it. So she kind of like awkwardly half raises her paw and then just tries to run away.
Zuriel is just like, oh, wait, and it just quickly follows after Hatch without really seeing anything else because she just wants to stay close to Hatch.
Aww.
All right. And with that, I would say we'll wrap up the session here. Did you all have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
I had fun playing Trifle. Trifle is very fun to play as.
Trifle is bean.
Favorite moment?
I like the part where Tenko told me to fuck off.
Okay.
I like freaking Hatch and Trifle bonding over cake and poison.
Oh yeah, I like that too. I knew they would click.
Aspiring chef meets gluttonous little raccoon.
An aspiring chef with no taste buds.
So
Real shit.